Welcome to this video on the Automic Automation DBT integration solution. In this video, we will explain the DBT integration and what it brings to the Automic Automation user community. Data Build Tool, DBT, is an open-source command line tool that helps analysts and engineers transform data in their warehouse more effectively. Integrating Automic Automation with DBT allows you to run DBT jobs on your DBT system from Automic Automation. We will provide some technical insights so that you can clearly identify the integration components and understand the deployment sequence. We will focus on the configuration of the agent and the design of the two core object templates, connections, and jobs. Finally, we will run through a demo. Automic Automation plays a central role in orchestrating operations across multiple environments, including the cloud. Automic Automation synchronizes these processes with other, non-cloud operations. By integrating DBT, we can configure process automation centrally in Automic Automation and then trigger, monitor, and supervise everything in one place. DBT processes can then be synchronized with all other environments routinely supported by Automic Automation. DBT's role is reduced to execute the jobs. All other functions, especially those about automation, are delegated to Automic Automation. This means that we do not have to log in to the DBT environment and manually refresh it. Automic Automation manages all the execution and monitoring aspects. The Automic Automation integration provides a simplified view to run jobs in DBT. Automic Automation lets us build configurations with intuitive interfaces like drag-and-drop workflows and supervise processes in simple dashboard tools designed natively for operations. Statuses are color-coded, and retrieving logs is done with a basic right-click. From an operations perspective, Automic Automation highly simplifies the configuration and orchestration of DBT jobs. Externalizing operations to a tool with a high degree of third-party integration means we can synchronize all cloud and non-cloud workloads. Using various agents and job object types, we can build sophisticated configurations. These can involve multiple applications, database packages, system processes like backups and data consolidation, file transfers, web services, and other on-premise workloads. A conventional architecture involves two systems, the Automic Automation host and a dedicated system for the agent. The agent is configured with a simple INI file containing standard values: system, agent name, connection, and TLS. When we start the agent, it connects to the engine and it adds two new objects to the repository: a connection object to store the DBT endpoint and login data, and a job template designed to trigger DBT jobs. Let's assume we're automating for 4 instances of DBT. We create a connection object in Automic Automation for each instance by duplicating the con template for each of these instances. Lastly, we create a DBT job in Automic Automation for each corresponding process in DBT. The Automic Automation jobs include the connection object based on the target system. When we execute the jobs in Automic Automation, it triggers the corresponding process in DBT. We're able to retrieve the successive statuses, supervise the child processes in the cloud, and finally generate a job report. In Automic Automation, these jobs can be incorporated in workflows and integrated with other, non-cloud processes. The procedure to deploy the DBT integration is as follows. First, we download the integration package from the marketplace. This package contains all the necessary elements. We unzip this package, which produces a directory containing the agent, the INI configuration files, and several other items, like the start command. We use the appropriate INI file for our specific platform. DBT is a standard Automic agent. It requires at least 4 values to be updated. First, the agent name. Second, the Automic system. Third, the JCP connection and TLS port. And finally, the TLS certificate. When the agent is configured, we start it. New object templates are deployed. we create a connection to every DBT instance we need to support. For this, we use the template con object, which we duplicate as many times as we need. The con object references the DBT endpoint. Finally, we use the DBT template job to create the jobs we need. We match these Automic Automation jobs to the DBT jobs, reference the connection object, and run them. We're able to supervise the jobs and their children, generate logs, and retrieve the statuses. The jobs can then be incorporated into non-cloud workflows. We install, configure, and start an agent to deploy the DBT integration. The agent is included in the DBT package, which we download from Marketplace. We unzip the package, which creates a file system agent/dbt/bin that contains the agent files. Based on the platform, we rename the agent configuration file ucxjcitx and set a minimum of 4 values: the agent name, the automation engine AE system name, the host name and port connection to the automation engine's JCP, and finally the directory containing the TLS certificate. Finally, we start the agent by invoking the JR file via the Java command. The agent connects to the AE and deploys the object templates needed to support the integration, the con, or connection object, and the DBT job. In this demo, we will first create a connection object to your DBT environment. Then, we will focus on demonstrating how to create a DBT trigger job. And then we will execute and supervise this job. Let's start the demo. Here is the DBT Cloud IDE, the mission control for your data engineering. Once you log in, you'll see 4 main areas that make up your workspace. First, on the left is the File Explorer. This is your project's backbone. It's where you organize your models, which are your SQL transformations, alongside your seeds for static data and tests for data quality. In the center, you have the code editor. This is where the magic happens. You'll write SQL here, but supercharged with Jinja. To the right, you'll find the lineage or DAG view. Think of this as your GPS. It's a visual map that shows exactly how data flows from source to final output, helping you spot the impact of any code changes instantly. Finally, at the bottom is your console and history. This is your execution hub. Use it to trigger runs, start tests, and monitor real-time logs to ensure your pipeline is healthy. Now, let's bridge this to our Automic system. Here, we create connection and job objects with specific inputs that allow us to connect to DBT. If we open a connection object, we must enter the most important field, the endpoint. It is the URL of the DBT environment. The next field is the token field where you enter the authentication token. If you are using a proxy in your environment, you can specify the proxy hostname, port, username, and password in the proxy section. The No Proxy Hosts field allows you to specify the host names that should bypass the proxy when you make API calls. Once the connection object is defined and saved, we can create a trigger job. This job lets you trigger pre-configured data transformation commands. These commands are in your warehouse and they are triggered in your DBT system. You can use schedules, APIs, or Git events. This can all be done from Automic Automation. This job then processes the data and finally it writes the data to your data target. Let's start by opening the attributes page and make sure we select the agent that corresponds to the agent name you configured in the INI file. Now, we go back to the trigger job page and in connection, we select the connection object we have just created to connect to the DBT instance. It holds the necessary information to connect to the DBT environment. Following the connection input, we define the execution type field. You can select between JSON payload and parameters here. Selecting parameters opens several fields where you can define all the job details. First is the trigger mode. Here, you select how you want to trigger the job either by using the ID of the job or by using the name of the job that should trigger the job. Depending on what you select, you now define the account ID, the job name, or the job ID, and in the cause field, you enter the reason why this job is triggered. The following two fields are optional ones. In Git SHA, you can define the commit hash in Git, and in Git branch, you can define the branch in Git. However, you can also select JSON payload in the execution type field. In this case, the next field you define is the payload input type field. Here, you can select between JSON file path, where you need to define the path to the file that contains the JSON payload, or JSON, where you define the JSON job parameters. We select JSON here and fill in our JSON data. This setup is critical for bridging atomic automation with your DBT environment. So now, once all the parameters are set, we save and execute the job. Let's switch to the executions view. Here, the details pane shows the remote status field, which tracks the job status in the target environment. In our case, the execution was successful. The details panel also shows two object variables called run_id and run_f. They help us clearly identify the specific job execution, which we can use for further analyses. Let's have a look at the reports. The first report contains all the information that the target system sends to Automic Automation when the job has been executed. This information is presented in a structured output, including execution details and results in JSON format. In other words, the information is presented in a way that is easy to break down and analyze for further use within Automic Automation. Make a note of the run ID ending with 469808666. We will use this run ID to verify execution in DBT. Now, let's switch back to the DBT console to confirm the execution status. Click on the Deploy tab in the top navigation bar and select Run History. As you can see, the job run ID returned by DBT is captured in the Automic Automation output, and the execution has completed successfully. The next log type is the plog type agent log, which shows all the agent's actions step by step. It lists all the parameters used to run the job and contains the response received from the target system. This concludes the demo on how Automic Automation can integrate with DBT to run, execute, and monitor jobs. Thank you for watching this video.